Hi guys, Happy New Year. Brenda Hillard, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I can be found at createwithbrenda.com. I have some exciting news here today in that the new catalog, it's called the January through June mini, is coming or going live on Tuesday the 5th. So that's exciting. That's tomorrow, actually. So here we go, right? I have a fun project today that uses actually quite a few of the different products out of the new catalog. So I hope you'll stay with me for that. Let me tip down to my work surface, and I just have a little business that I want to go over, and then we can get started on our project. Here we go. All right. So, as you know, each month I have a host code. This month, you can see the host code there. It also can be found at my demonstrator or at my website with Stampin' Up! And then it can be found on my personal website too at createwithbrenda.com. So, this month, when you purchase $75 worth of product, not only do you get to choose a free item from the celebration brochure, but you will receive a package of the resin hearts, and they are a new product in the mini. So they're really fun. There's lots of them. They're red and white resin, so I hope you'll consider ordering. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about is today is the last day. I don't know, I may extend it, but I know it won't be for long. My product share, I have a paper share, and I call it the bonus bundle. It's the I Want It All, and those can be found on my website at Create with Brenda for all the details. If you are a customer of mine and you have not received your mini catalog or the celebration brochure, please reach out to me. I need to hear from you, and I will get you a catalog as soon as possible. And there seems to maybe be, I don't know if it's with the postal service or with the mail selector at Stampin' Up, but for whatever reason it's about a 50-50 mix of my customers that did not get their catalog. So let me move this off to the side, and the celebration brochure looks like this. I can't show you the inside until tomorrow, but there's the outside, and then the mini looks like this. So if you have not received these, you need to contact me and I will pop them in the mail to you ASAP. All right, so let me show you a couple of things. I'm going to grab our project. I had it sitting right here, and then all of a sudden it ends up across the room, but this is the project I'm going to be showing you how to make today. And this uses products from it's called the Fine Art Floral Suite Collection, and it's gorgeous. It's got the I think I'm okay showing these, but the art gallery stamp set. It also has the coordinating bundle, which has the floral gallery dies, and they're right here. These little tags are adorable. I've used them here on the card. The stem for the flower, there's two different flowers, and then there's the cluster, and then there's a word phrase that says just want you to know, or just want to say. That's what it says, just want to say. And look at all the fun little fonts in here. We've got I miss you, happy birthday, congratulations, good luck, sorry, thank you, best wishes, you are lovely, I'm thinking of you. And again, those all fit in those little dies. All right, so I'll share this with you too. It's kind of fun. I was experimenting with the 2 stamps. It's a 2-step stamp set, meaning you stamp the bolder or the full image in the lighter color ink, and then you can stamp with the outline in the darker color ink. And that's what I did on these samples. So this one you can see I used Petal Pink and Calypso Coral. This one was So Saffron and Bumblebee. This is the Flirty Flamingo and the Poppy Parade, which is what I used on today's. This was the Petal Pink Flirty Flamingo, and then this one as well. And then I tried the Petal Pink and the Mary Merlot. And then these I thought were really bold, but kind of fun. So Flirty Flamingo, Mary Merlot, Pool Party with Night of Navy, Flirty Flamingo with Rococo Rose, So Saffron, Pumpkin Pie, Petal Pink and Terracotta Tile, and then the Magenta Madness, Flirty Flamingo, and the Night of Navy for the center of the flower. So anyway, just something to play with. So to make our card, I have, and I will put the measurements on my website with a picture of the card. You're going to need an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock scored at 4 1/4. You're going to need a Whisper White envelope, and hopefully we're going to be getting the basic white products in soon because I'm running low, as well as you probably are too. I have a scrap of Whisper White. I have pre-die cut. I used the label from the Floral Gallery dies. I have a 3 3/4 by 5-inch piece of Whisper White for the inside of our card. I die cut one of the stitched nested labels dies, and I'll go through how I did this extra little piece at the bottom, and then you can see I did some gold leafing on there too, which that's a new product in the catalog, and it's super fun. I have a piece of Terracotta Tile that measures 3 3/4 by 5, and I embossed that with the new embossing folder from this suite, and it is called Painted Textures, and it looks like, remember the knockdown? It was all the rage for on sheetrocked walls. We would do this knockdown texture, and that's what this embossing folder looks like. It's really cool. And then I have a small piece of the fine art ribbon, and this is really pretty. It's I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of a linen weave with like gold flecks in it, and it seemed like it was just right with all of the gold leaf that I used for our project. So like I told you earlier on my color samples for this flower, I used the Flirty Flamingo for the solid base using this stamp, and then I used the Poppy Parade for the contrasting or the outline stamp. And that's what I did on this flower, but I am going to show you. Can you see the gold? It's really pretty. And I'll show you how I did that. So I'm going to take my scrap of Whisper White, and I'm going to grab my Flirty Flamingo and Poppy Parade ink. And I'm going to ink up the solid stamp with the Flirty. I just re-inked these, so they might be super juicy. They are. So depending upon how juicy your inks are, Mine's really juicy, so I kind of have little dots there, but that's all right. When I bring in the Poppy Parade with the outline, I'm pretty sure that'll cover up. Yeah, this is going to be good. So what I did is I just lined up this little petal and then stamped so that you get that look. Before you do any of the gold leafing, gold gild, what are they calling it? Gilded leafing. That's what. It comes in a jar like this, and it looks like it's not much, but it expands. So what I did is, remember the tin we had from, I don't remember what was in it, if it was tags or cards or what was going on with that, but I dumped the gold in there, and you can see how it fluffed up. The other thing too is, I'm a little embarrassed to admit, but before, in this new catalog, we have new blending brushes, and they're amazing. However, I was using somebody else. It was actually, I got them from the cosmetic department. They were just they're called Boutique was the brand, but we have them coming now in this catalog, and they're a really great value. But these blending brushes work really well for the leafing piece, and I'll show you right now how we do that. So I think this is dry enough. Yeah. All right. I have one more non-Stampin' Up product, and if you ever watch my videos, you know I'm Stampin' Up all the way. But I had this little quickie glue pen, and that's what I used to add glue to my flower, just like that. Now I'm going to bring this back in, and what I am doing is just dipping that flower in there with the glue, and I kind of mash the leafing on there, and then you can see our blending brushes work really well, because you just kind of go around in a circular motion and take off any of the excess leafing. And then you end up with this beautiful flower. Isn't it fun? And every flower, of course, turns out different because you do a different amount of ink. I love it. All right, then we had the coordinating die in the set. So because I wanted to spend so much time showing you the leafing piece, I pre-cut this one that we'll be using. That we'll be using for our project. All right, so I had embossed this, like I said, using the painted texture 3D embossing folder. I'm going to bring in our card base, and these were both Terracotta Tile. I just want my bone folder so that I can get a really good crease on my card. I'm going to add some dimensionals. I always like to put one in the middle so that it stays nice and doesn't sag after it goes through the mail. And then I'm just going to center that up on the card front, just like that, okay? And then for this part, I used, like I said, the stitched nested label dies, and I used this one. Nope, this one. Yeah, this one. Okay, so not the largest, not the next one, but the next one. All right, that makes sense. Blah blah. Anyway, then I took a little piece of Poppy Parade that was 1.5 inches thick, and all I did was take some snail and add it to the bottom of a scrap of Whisper White like this. I just glued it on there, and then to run it through my die cutting machine, I just set it down there like that so that I would get this nice little tip like that. Okay, all right. Then the gold leafing on here. So is how I did that is I took, and I'm going to demonstrate it on the envelope because the envelope has it as well, but I took some Terracotta tape and I just put it right at the edge. And Terracotta tape is easy to get on straight, so that's a bonus right there. And then I just cut it so I had a nice straight edge. I'm going to peel that off so that we have the sticky surface. And let's bring our tin of the Gilded Leafing back in. I'm going to put my envelope down in there. I'm just going to press down and pick up the leafing on the Terracotta tape. You do want to be careful with this. It's really staticky and it's super lightweight and airborne. So this tall tin works really well for containing all that we have going on in there. But do you see how these blending brushes work really good for just kind of brushing off the excess leafing? And then if you run your fingers along there and just kind of press down, you can see that it cleans itself up pretty nice. All right, I'm going to put this away before I have a big giant mess. All right. All right, so there, that's how we get this decorative envelope, and that's how I did this edge on here. All right, so now we're going to assemble. I'm going to add some dimensionals. Well, before I go any further with that, I do want a little piece here of the fine art ribbon, and I'm just going to loop it in half, and then just using some Scotch tape, I'm going to add that to this outside edge of our card, just like that. I just needed something over there when I was designing the card. It was like, ooh, it's kind of bare. All right, so then I'm going to add dimensionals to our label. You guys, I haven't done a video for a while. I live in rural Minnesota, and our internet has been awful over the holidays. I'm not really sure what or why that happened, but it did. So there, I attached that with dimensionals to the front of the card. I can see I have an extra little piece of leafing on there. All right, then I'm going to take the multi-purpose liquid glue and I'm going to add that on one leaf, and then I'm going to put a dimensional on the other, and I'm just going to lay that down like that. Okay, then I'm going to take our pretty flower we had there, and I'm going to add dimensionals just to the bottom, and you'll see why, of the flower. I'm not going to put any up here at the top, and the reason for that is when I attach that to our card, I want it to be able to stand to stand up. I don't want that edge down because I want it at the same level as our label or just a little bit higher. And then I had pre-die cut one of the long labels from the, they're called the Floral Gallery dies. So I have that label here. And using the Happy Birthday from that set, along with the basic gray stamp pad. I swear I had that out here and ready to go, and now, where did it go? There it is. I did have it out and ready to go. All right, I'm just going to ink this up and place that on my label. Closing my stamp pad. You always want to do that or they dry out quickly. And then I'm going to add a mini blue dot, dimensional, mini dimensional, that's what I'm doing, to this outside edge. And I put 2 on there just because I had one stuck on my finger. You really only need 1. I added a little of the multi-purpose liquid glue. I'm going to set that down. And I'm going to trim this. I forgot that I had done that on my other. So then I just set that down and press the glue dot. And there's our card with the matching Gilded Leafing envelope. And for the inside, I want to have one more product to show you. So 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm going to be using sentiments from the Happy Thoughts. This is a fun sentiment set. And I'm just going to add Happy Birthday, and then on the inside, just wanted to send some happy thoughts your way. And I think we could all use some happy thoughts, right? So there's basic gray, and I'm going to bring in, this is a cling set, so here's my stamp. Just wanted to send some happy thoughts your way. Ink that up. And perfect for the inside of our card. Then I'm just going to take some of our Stampin' Seal and we can add that to the inside of our card. And who wouldn't love to get that for their birthday? I'm glad you joined me. I'm sorry for the kind of the lull in videos. Hopefully we have our internet problem fixed and we can be on our way. Have a great day, everybody, and welcome to 2021. Bye.